There is a specific way a woman makes herself smaller when she meets a man she admires. She decides that he already has the confidence and the ease she wishes she had. And she starts hoping that being close to him will hand those qualities to her. I did this for a long time, and I want to show you exactly what it costs you. By the end of this video, you will know how to grow those same qualities inside yourself so you stop giving your power away to a man just because you look up to him. So let me describe the feeling and tell me if you know it. You meet a man and something about him feels special. Maybe it is how sure he is of himself, or maybe it is the way he talks about the challenging things he has been through and how he came out of them remaining strong. And as soon as you feel that pull, you start to change how you act around him. You start editing yourself around him. You hold back the parts of your life you think may be boring, and you agree. You start agreeing with him too fast. You laugh at the right moments. You start hoping he will let you into his world because his world looks bigger and warmer than where you are. And you have a thought running in your head. He has what I am missing. If I can just stay close to him, maybe some of it will rub off. Please hear me clearly, because this is a lot bigger than just picking the wrong man. You can meet a free man, a kind man, a man who is ready to build a family. And this same feeling of being unworthy will push him away, because you are meeting him as a woman hoping to borrow his life instead of a woman standing fully in her own. That is what we're fixing today. First, the exact move you make inside yourself when you decide a man is above you. Second, why trying to absorb his qualities by standing close doesn't really work, and what actually turns those same qualities on in you. And third, how to build what I call your own field. So you meet a man from a full place and share your life with him. And the third part is the one that changed everything for me. So stay with it. Now let me name the move. When you meet a man you admire, you sort him. You put him on a shelf above you and you put yourself on a shelf below. It happens in a second, and most of the time you do not even catch it in the moment. And once he is above you, your behavior changes. You stop bringing your full self into the room, into the relationship. You measure your words, you give more than you want to give, and call it generosity, love, or whatever you call it, when really you are trying to earn a place next to him. I learned it the hard way. Admiration is a beautiful thing. What matters is the state you're admiring the man from. When you admire him from fullness, you enjoy him the way you enjoy a good view. When you admire him from a hole inside, from a place that says, I am not enough on my own, that admiration turns into hoping. And hoping is where you start to become small. Now, listen closely. The people you spend real time around do shape you, yes. Sit near confident people long enough and some of it rubs off. But it depends entirely on the state you come from. When you come to a man from lack, from a place that says he's everything and I am not enough or I am nothing, being close to him does the opposite of what you hoped. You get smaller. You feel out of place. You cannot relax into being yourself and you start to sabotage it. You get jealous. You assume there are better women and that you were never really enough for him. And a man who is sure of himself loses interest in a woman who doesn't believe in her own worth. Now look at the other kind of woman. She can be with a man who is far ahead of her, more money, more status, a bigger life, and she still feels even in her own skin, and she's at home in herself. No need to reach up to him. And that is the woman a confident man wants to keep close. So here's the part most people get backwards. You do not absorb his qualities by draining him or hoping they rub off. Every quality you admire in him is already in you. Sitting passive, waiting, admiring him, watching how he moves is how you turn that same quality on in yourself. You draw it out of you, not out of him. And that only works from your own fullness. So his confidence meets yours instead of swallowing it. So then why do you feel so alive around him? This is the question that cracked it open for me. Look closely at where this aliveness is coming from. What are you trying to reach for is the way you feel about yourself when you are around him. That feeling, that quality was already in you in a passive state. He simply woke it up. The confidence you admire in him is pointing at confidence that is already starting to grow in you. You already have it in you. You just need to give it a little push. That's why you noticed it in him in the first place. You can only recognize in another person what already lives somewhere inside of you. And to be honest, we have all the qualities and states that anyone has. We just need to activate it. And there is a real difference between two sentences, and I want you to feel it. One is, I want to be near him so I feel calm and worthy. The other is, when I am near him, I see more clearly who I want to become. The first one makes him your supply, and second one makes him a mirror. One keeps you small and the other one grows you. What you need to build is already inside your own field. Your field is your inner state. It is the version of you that feels full, clear, and at home in her own life, whether a man is in the room or not. And when you have it, you're no longer trying to feed off his energy because you have your own. And the next time you catch yourself shrinking around a man, editing your words, hiding your real life, agreeing with him too fast, stop and pay attention. The tightening in your chest, that little anxiety, and that sense that something doesn't add up, that should be the signal. Your body is telling you that you left yourself to go chase him. And then you take that same energy, the energy you were about to pour into impressing him, and you turn it back toward your own life. And this is where women get discouraged, actually. This doesn't mean you have to go and become as rich or as successful as he is. That's not the point. And honestly, it's not what makes a woman magnetic, a true feminine woman. A man like that is not looking for a copy of himself. What you can learn from him is the thing underneath his success. He meets a challenging time without falling apart. He chooses where to spend his energy and what to let go of. He knows how to enjoy small, ordinary moments like a walk, something he noticed on the street, a good meal. That skill has nothing to do with his bank account, and it is completely available to you. So build the taste of your own life. Notice what you truly enjoy. Get to know your own desires instead of borrowing his. Find the small good things in the life you already have. Admire him. Learn from him. And never once put yourself below him. Never compare yourself with him or with anyone else. This is true for anyone you meet who is further along than you. Let their example warm you and pull you forward, and never let it turn into envy or a reason to shrink. Now, here's the whole video in one line. When you build your own field, you stop borrowing a man's life and you start sharing yours. So basically, speaking roughly, you stop becoming a parasite. You become a woman who is already full and you meet him as an equal. And a man can feel the difference between a woman who needs him to fill a hole and a woman who simply chose to let him in. One of those he pulls away from, and the other one he wants to stay close to. And I lived it myself. Once I met a man I genuinely admired. He was so confident, just the way I wanted to be. Open, kind, and full of stories about the adventures he had lived through, some of them quite challenging actually. And he had walked through all of them with his wit and a kind of playful nerve. He talked about them like puzzles he enjoyed solving, with a real thrill in it. When I was around him, I felt alive, interested, and awake. And then I caught myself doing something I had done my whole life. I started hoping that if I just stayed close enough to him, some of that confidence would rub off on me. Like standing near a bright star, hoping the light alone would make me brighter. And I also didn't feel comfortable or worth enough to be with such a man because I felt like he was way up there. I put him on a pedestal and I was way down here and I couldn't reach him. So I enjoyed being near him, but at the same time, I didn't feel worth being next to him. I started thinking about it and I realized that I'm putting myself in a very weak position, hoping to ride on his energy. That made me feel really small. I stayed aware and I looked hard at that aliveness I felt near him and I asked where it was actually coming from. And I saw it. It was mine. He had woken up something that was already starting to grow in me. I had it in me. The confidence I admired in him was pointing straight at the confidence I was building in myself. I was growing in myself. As soon as I saw that, I stopped trying to live off his energy. I started building my own field. And I also realized that I was an asset for him as well, because I was an interesting person on my own. So not only I was benefiting from him, not only I was filling up myself with his energy, but I realized that I was actually quite a unique and interesting person with her own adventures and stories myself. So I realized that I was valuable just being me for him. So when you feel most alive around a man, do not rush to make him the source. Ask what he is showing you about who you are. Ask about who you are becoming and go build that. So if this resonates with you, do one thing for me. The next time you feel yourself shrinking around a man you admire, catch it and turn that energy back toward your own life. That's where your power has been the whole time. You have it inside of yourself. You just need to tap into it. So I put together a guide on the deeper root of this, on why we keep choosing men we then shrink around and how to break that pattern for good. The link is in the description and pinned in the first comment. If today opens something up in you, that guide takes you the rest of the way. We'll keep going with femininity and the way women and men relate in the videos coming next. Come back for those. I will see you there soon. Bye now.